nothing green like California than where we're standing. If you look out in the distance, you can see the snow-capped Sierra Nevada mountain, and then there are 3 glaciers that are the southernmost in the United States that are remnants of the Ice Age. And if you want more information, you can see my video on the Sierra Nevada. Now, what's really extraordinary is that I'm on the mountain ridge that is on the other side of the valley facing the Sierra Nevada, and where I am, the elevation is about 10,500 feet above sea level. This is part of the White Mountain Range. And as you know, very beautiful day, very clear, no clouds in the sky, and you may think, wow, that can be unusual to be really high up, 10,000 feet, because when I go up Yosemite or go up Rocky Mountain National Park, it usually gets cloudy, drippy, chilly. The difference is that we're in a rain shadow. The Sierras block all the moisture and storm coming this direction, and we have very little coming here, so this is drier, and that allows us to have beautiful, clear views for miles and miles. You can see the valley floor in front of the Sierras as you hike on the trail in the lush meadows. Now, the reason why this is called the White Mountains is if you look at the rocks all around me, you can see the rocks are white in color and very different from the Sierra Nevadas. If you remember from the video on the Sierra Nevada, the rock composition on these mountains were created by volcanoes. So the predominant rock would be granite or basalt. Not here in the White Mountain. This rock is limestone, and it was formed by deposits of creatures for millions of years in an ancient seabed. If you look at the layers, you can see that the layers are shaped. It's downward slope, but we know that the seafloor is flat normally. The answer is provided by the Sierra Mountain, and the mountains are formed by volcanoes. This used to be a sea, but now we have a shoving mass. The Pacific plate is shoving into the North American plate and gradually pushing it up. So what we see is the seafloor that has been elevated by the plate into its own mountain range, and then that creates the valley floor that's in between. So that's why we see a lot of limestone around this area, which is why it's called the White Mountain. What I really like about being here is that being 10,500 feet above sea level in a dry, clear setting allows me to have almost an eye-to-eye view of the imposing Sierra, and that is truly a spectacular view. The character of these trees is best summarized by the Jedi Master Yoda. Mathews, not. And a scientist for whom this grove is named Sherman, Dr. Sherman, he was searching for evidence of very old ancient trees. But when he came here, he thought, contrary to Yoda, that size matters for a tree. So the sequoia and the redwoods are really tall because they're very, very old. So he was looking for comparable trees here in the White Mountain, but there are pine trees here. So for example, look ahead, and can you see this really tall tree right here. Those are the kind of trees that Sherman was looking for a long time as she was walking on the trail that I am standing on right now. But eventually, by accident, he was just taking a stroll, and then he came upon a very weird looking tree like Yoda, very small, very old and wrinkly, and that would also describe this tree right behind me and directly across from this big tall tree. If you look at this tree, it looks dead, twisted, old, small. Dr. Sherman ignored that. But then, by sheer chance, he examined the tree and he discovered that this tree is actually far, far older than the majestic tall pine tree that we see here. And so that led to the discovery of the bristlecone pine. Is the oldest tree in the world, with some trees dating about almost 5,000 years. Now that is an extraordinary age. Now, scientists have studied the rate of erosion, and here in this area, approximately 1 feet will erode for every 1,000 years. And when you look at the base of the tree, you can see where the original soil line was by the color of the bark or the outer surface if the bark had weathered off. So look at this tree, and you can see the gray, and then see where the gray ends to the tree itself. But I want you to notice also that the gray is taller than me. I'm standing on the ground beneath this tree. So we have some 5 feet or more exposed due to erosion. The erosion occurs by wind, by water, but even in absence of that, gravity is a major force of erosion, causing the rocks and the soil to roll down the hillside. So when you look at the tree, you can see how old it is by the erosion. And when they count the rings, they notice that the rings are very, very tiny, and then they'll count thousands and thousands of rings. And so we know by counting the rings, and that combined with the erosion level will give us an indication of how old it is. Thousands of years old. The reason why is it grows very tiny over just a 45 day period per year. So 100 years growth would be about 1 inch of the ring pattern in the tree. And when you approach the tree and you look at the wood, I mean, it's like a metal shield. You can hear that sound. Very, very, very hard. When you walk in here, we'll have evidence of soil erosion by the different colors from the root, from the original soil line. You'll see the weathered wood that indicates thousands of years of being shaped and sculpted by wind and rain and snow. And then you'll see the little bit of bark growing. All of that combines to present a small tree like Yoda. Size matters not. So this is the Ancient Bristlecone Pine Forest, discovered only in 1953. And it's not very well known because it was recent discoveries and off the radar, but it's a spectacular place to come and to visit. Now finally, we're fans of Baby Yoda. Like my son and my wife, they love to coo at how cute Baby Yoda is. And the bristlecone pine tree is like Yoda. Size matters not. They live a really long life, even though they're small and wrinkly. But I want to close by giving you a picture of a baby bristlecone pine for you to coo all you want. And so if you look down here, and I don't know how well you can tell, this is a baby bristlecone pine here. I'll let you have a moment to get your coo on. Are you done cooing? If you're not done cooing, you can just rewind many times to coo all you want. Well, that's it for the overview of bristlecone pine. Highly recommend that you make a point to come here, just right across from Yosemite National Park. Well,